Alright, in this one, I want to talk about how to get a female gaze physique and 3 evidence-based tips on how to achieve it. So, number 1, prioritizing neck. When people are surveyed, they consistently pick the guy with the thick neck compared to the guy with the average or thin one. Here in this survey, the vast majority of people chose the guy with the thicker neck, even though it was disproportionately big. So the physique would be the one of a guy with a neck like this, but people still chose the thick neck. So this guy, it's a Formula One driver. He has to train his neck and have a thick neck for safety reasons because of the G-forces. And yeah, pretty much if you go on Instagram, you'll probably notice that there's a bunch of girls following him, especially the attractive ones. And even though he's not jacked, he has a pretty thick neck and it definitely makes him look better. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but even the pretty boys, they often have thick necks, even if they don't train it. It's just genetics, but they tend to have really thick necks, even though they're probably weak below the neck, but you wouldn't be able to tell from just the neck alone. And yeah, we have a bunch of edits of people pretty much descending when you make their neck way thinner. And the neck is always visible in clothes. We have experiments showing that women tend to look at your face more than other areas. I mean, people in general, but especially women. And that includes your neck because your neck is attached to your face, which means your neck will always be visible. And when you talk to people, you're going to look at it way more than other muscles. That's why I think it's more important than the other muscles. So have a routine where you prioritize neck. If you want one, you can join the Skool community, and the neck training is already included in the program. So if you're curious, you can check it out. Number 2, let's talk about weekly volume. So it depends on your goals. It depends on how you want to set up your life. If you want to basically do the 80-20 rule where you do a fraction of the work for the majority of the benefits, then you want to aim for the 5 to 10 weekly set range. It is not the maximum hypertrophy gains in general, but there are diminishing returns, and so you're capturing most of the gains. But if you want around 80% of the results with a fraction of the work, you can do 5 to 10 weekly sets. However, if you are the type of person that wants to maximize muscle gain potential, so you want 100% of gains, and you're willing to do more work for that extra 20% because you want to get there faster, then you should aim for 10 to 20 or more weekly sets. Because it is true that more volume equals more hypertrophy in general, but it's also true that there are diminishing returns. Both of those things are true. And so it depends on how you want to set up your life. If you don't mind being a gym cell and basically dedicating a lot of your time to the gym, then do 10 to 20 or more weekly sets to maximize hypertrophy. But if you do want to have a life, you want to, for example, do other sports, you want to socialize, or let's say you want to do boxing and gym, not just gym, because let's say you don't want to be a gym cell, you don't want to dedicate your whole life to this, then you can do 5 to 10 weekly sets. You're still capturing most of the gains, but your whole day is not revolving around the gym. You can still have some balance. So it truly depends on what your goal is. If you don't mind being a gym cell, then try to maximize your muscle gain potential. But if you want to be efficient, still capture most of the gains and still do other sports, still have a life, etc., then try to aim for 5 to 10. Of course, you can still have a life while maximizing muscle potential, but you're going to have to be way more locked in and way more obsessed and focused around the gym, basically. Number 3, let's talk about how many sets you should do per workout. So we actually have research on this, and there are diminishing returns too. So if you want to capture around 80% of potential, this is an arbitrary number. Could be 80, could be 70, could be 85. Basically, if you want to capture the vast majority of the benefits when it comes to muscle potential, but with less time, then aim for 2 to 3 sets per muscle per workout. You're still capturing most of the gains, but you're not wasting as much time. However, if you want to maximize hypertrophy gains, you're that type of person, then aim for 4 to 6 sets per muscle per workout. But specifically 6 sets because it's where it peaks. As you can tell from this graph, here they analyze 9 studies. So let's say it's a meta-analysis and systematic review. Basically, hypertrophy gains peaked at around 6 sets per workout per muscle. So if you want as much hypertrophy as possible, then try to aim for example, 6 sets per muscle per workout, and you're going to get 100% of the hypertrophy gains. However, if you want 80% of the results with a fraction of the effort, you can do 2 to 3 sets per muscle per workout, and you're still going to get most of the gains, but you're not going to be as much time in the gym, and you're not going to have to eat as much. You're not going to have to track things as much. It's going to be easier overall. You're going to get less results, but you're still capturing most of the gains. And if that's what you want, then do this. Otherwise, maximize and try to get 6 sets or close. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this one was useful. And if you want a female gaze physique program that I have on my Skool community, you can join with the link in the pinned comment. So yeah, if you want to access a program that is dedicated for the female gaze, it prioritizes neck, it prioritizes the most important muscles. If you want that, you can click the link in the pinned comment, as well as you get access to protocols on how to get clear skin, for example, and how to prevent hair loss and how to optimize your health. So if you're curious in any of that, then click the link in the pinned comment and join the Skool community. And I really hope you do.